Hello and welcome to the Ramonda Show. Whenever we have the opportunity to feature an artist, an entertainer, an actor that's doing exceptionally well in the Bay Area, making a name for themselves, we humbly oblige. And my today's guest is no exception. Please welcome Mr. Reginald Lopez Garner. Hi, Reginald. Thank you so much for stopping by the Ramonda Show. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me and inviting me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Are you comfortable?
I'm getting there.
Okay, good.
You guys make it real easy.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Reginald, there may be some guests that are watching, some of our viewers that really don't know much about you and all that you're doing in the Bay Area. So give them a brief introduction of who you are.
Brief introduction, okay. So I am Reginald Garner and originally from Philly. Been out here in the Bay Area since '98. Currently work at the VA. I'm a veteran serving other veterans. Decided to get back into the game, meaning the craft of acting, about 3 years ago, and it was really on a dare.
A dare?
Yeah.
Wow. Really? And you won, right?
Well,
because you're doing good.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, so basically, you're from Philadelphia, and the acting bug started for you very young. And let's talk about the person that really impacted your life and, you know, brought this all to fruition for you.
Okay. So yes, believe it or not, I went to a parochial school, St. Francis de Sales, and it was about third grade. It was a nun, Immaculate Heart of Sisters, and it's kind of odd because I was like a class clown. I mean, I made good grades.
Mm-hmm. I can see that, yeah.
But then, in fact, they called us the Three Musketeers. And at the same time, I guess she saw something in me. And she did this play called Jesus Christ Superstar. And, you know, that went well. But what was really phenomenal about this nun was that, you know, summer break came and school was out, and she took the time to come by and pick me up during the summer, took me to see Fiddler on the Roof and My Fair Lady, and I think that's where, you know, I became intrigued or infatuated with the whole acting thing. And then when school came back in, we did Godspell and a few other.
She may be watching this video, and if you know what Reginald is doing right now today, you'll be very, very proud of him. You're an awesome actor. Reginald, the reason why I wanted you to be on the show is because I've seen you in the shop, and I've read your bio, and I've seen all the magnificent things that you're doing, and I just wanted you to come and just tell us about what's going on with you. So let's talk about the shop. You played Jay in that movie, a hardcore gangster, right?
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed your role in the movie. You really stuck to your character, and to meet you today, you're nothing like the person that you portrayed. So that really tells me that you're great and a great actor. So, guess what? My left eye is twitching. What does that mean? You know what? That's from back south too, right? I thought that was so funny.
Well, my mama used to say, when that happens, money is coming.
Exactly. But my mama said, when your left eye is itching, somebody gonna make you mad. That's what they said back home. Okay. But I took what you said and I said, hey, mama gotta tell you this new thing about the left eye. But let's talk about the shop. How was that experience working with the producer, Michael Sean Cunningham?
You know, it was awesome. We had some hurdles. Let's say, I mean, we filmed for 2 weeks, and then production came to a stop. He had to hire a whole new camera guy and so on and so forth. So there were some issues. There was some money that was spent, and it kind of put us behind schedule. That film, believe it or not, when we gathered again, we did it in 13, 14 days. So it was real hectic behind the scenes. And I tell you the truth, a lot of us wasn't sure of how it was going to turn out because it was so erratic. You know, he brought in some great guys from LA, so he got the cinematography that he wanted. Sean always said he wanted that from the beginning. And so that came out nice. We just wasn't sure because so much of that script was left undone. You know what I mean? Due to time restraints, I think the guys had to go back and do a Chris Brown video back in LA, so we had that deadline. So a lot of it didn't make it, but it turned out wonderful. It was a challenge for me personally as an actor. One, the character was like 32.
Okay.
I still remember our first call, our meet and greet. And, Jay, the first scene where they robbed the liquor store, they put the mask on. I was supposed to be on a skateboard. And I was supposed to come out that liquor store and get air off the curb, right?
Really? No.
I mean, it got me.
Yeah.
It got me to get on a skateboard to potentially prepare for it. But the bottom line is, I couldn't pull that off.
So, but why not a stunt double or something?
Well, believe it or not, we were supposed to do that. The guy that played Chauncey Nunn, that played Marlin, we were about the same height and everything, and we had talked about him doing it. But at some point, I guess again with the time restraint, it just kind of just went to the wayside.
But at the end of the day, you guys had a great experience, and the film turned out remarkable. There was a great turnout there, and it's my understanding that you're showing it again at the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
August 15th. It's amazing because one of the productions that we just wrapped up, it's in post-production now, called Hope's Identity. It has this red carpet premiere on August the 14th at the Grand Lake. And there, like I said, I'm playing a school principal. And then the very next day at the same theater, the shop premieres, and I'm playing a thug. So I'm really excited, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to show that diversity.
Exactly. Absolutely. And Hope's Identity, let's talk about that.
Well, it's about their school teachers, first of all. Without giving the whole movie away, I know Chris, the movie is written, produced, and directed by Mr. Chris Ellis of Caesar Films. And it's funny because I worked with Chris, my first film, which was a short film called Cover. I played the preacher, Pastor Hill. And so to get to work with Chris again was great. And it's like entirely different type of production staff than Michael Sean Cunningham, being that was my first full feature film. This one, primarily it's about these two school teachers in East Oakland, white female, African-American male, and it's the white female that's moving into the area to help the inner city kids. And as chemistry goes, they develop a relationship. But it talks about, I think what the message and what it speaks about is how, basically how love has no boundaries,
Absolutely.
no color.
I agree.
But how relationships, the family can affect the relationship, how your work environment can affect the relationship. My job, basically, as Principal Turner, I wasn't so much worried or concerned about their relationship. I was just concerned about my kids getting their books. I had worked hard in the past to clean up the bad image of the school. We were coming up, and the last thing I needed was drama.
Yeah, to affect it.
Kind of like Principal Clark from Lean On Me,
Okay.
but years later.
Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been a principal, you were a thug, and you played in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Judas.
Judas. What's next for you? What are you working on now currently?
It's funny because, of course, Mr. Michael Sean Cunningham, and he's got this idea about a webisode called The Dirty. I think my character is called Cage or something like that. I don't know much about it, but I hear that it gets even more gritty. It's real, more to life of what happens in a city. So you can probably expect anything. I just got an offer last night for a music video, which I've never done. I don't know if I should put names out there, but let's say the guy's being flown in, the director's being flown in from New York. He's worked with Usher. He's done MTV VH1, and this music video from a up-and-coming rap artist in the Bay Area, South Bay. It's supposed to really make its rounds on MTV and VH1.
And what are you going to be doing in the video?
I'm playing an old school pimp. Old school pimp.
Really, Reggie?
I mean, and the song name is Cadillac.
Oh, wow.
So it's me and my Cadillac and my my harem.
Wow, nice.
That's
Nice. Well, many doors are opening for you, But I also read in your bio that you're kind of athletic too, back in the day. I don't know if you still got it.
You got that right.
You used to be a track star and you played basketball.
The Olympics was my goal. I mean, I can toot my horn in that. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with the Penn relays. That's all Pennsylvania thing, but I was all state. I mean, we made the Penn relays, the 400 meters. I was pretty good, made some wrong decisions. Life showed up, settled down, got married, that whole thing. And but yeah, there was a time that was a dream of mine, just like the acting. I mean, all of that was about the same time. That was my passion as a young adult, was acting and track. Basketball was just kind of, you had to be better. Living in Philly, you had to play ball, So, but not so much these days.
Yeah. So you're full-fledged pursuing acting at this time. And with that said, where do you see yourself within the next 5 years?
Ramonda, I haven't really set any real set goals for myself. One, because in the last 3 years, God has made it possible that I've surpassed anything I could have thought of. I mean, I remember going on a bet at the casino in San Pablo. A friend of mine, they were handing out the flyers for Ghetto Magnolia, and he dared me to audition because he knew my background, but it had been like 20-something years. He dared me, and I went on this audition the very next day, didn't hear nothing for 6 months, and I got a part. And that one part, introduced me to the likes of Jonas Kane and Mike Grayson and a bunch of other people. And through primarily Jonas, Dawn Blair, I learned of other auditions. And now, of course, I'm on SF Casting. But to have done a play, 3 movies in 3 years, right. I mean, and I think of other people's struggle. Yeah. I mean, it's independent film, but oh my God, 4 years ago, totally not. There's no way in the world you could have told me that my film would have been playing down at Camera 12. Right. Camera 12 is a major in the house. We were in the same house with World War Z and Star Trek. That was amazing. It was really amazing. So you asked me what my goal is. My goal is to stay healthy, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. To keep God first, to do His will, to be a productive member of society, and to keep my morals about me. That's my goal. And anything else, just put one foot in front of the other and see what comes next. Yeah. Seriously.
I like that. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. So, but how do you set, as an actor in the Bay Area, when it's so many people that are trying to make it, how do you set yourself apart and remain relevant in this industry?
That's a good question. One, by being a diversified actor, meaning I think I can play any role that's put in front of me. 2 is by remaining the person that I project. I mean, what you see is what you get, right? So if I'm cast, you got somebody that's dedicated, responsible. I'm going to show up when you ask me to show up. Reliable. I've done all my partying, so you're not going to get what you see is what you get. Right. It's consistent. I'm consistent. So, and they tell me I'm a little talented.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, definitely. And I look forward to following your career, definitely, here at the Ramonda Show. And we sincerely appreciate you taking time to stop by and talk with us.
Thank you.
And, we totally support women, and we believe in women empowerment, and I know there has to be some strong women in your life that you can give acknowledge to at this time.
First and foremost, it's my mom. Yeah, for real. I mean, she raised me as a single parent in the ghetto of Philly, West Philly. Did the best she could with what she had, and she didn't do too bad.
No.
You know what I mean? She taught me how to respect women. My wife, may she rest in peace, she was a strong woman. And I got a few in my life today. You know, Miss Mary and a good friend of mine, Becky. You know, believe it or not, I can only speak for myself. This man needs the nurturing of a woman. You know, whether I ever settle down again or get married again, women. I mean, you guys, you're just a nurturer, and a lot of times I need that nurturing love and understanding.
Look, don't be trying to get no hookup on my show now, Reggie. Now, this is not what this is about.
I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding, but that is beautiful to hear, because a lot of men are too manly to admit that.
Ha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
well. All right.
you almost made me cry.
Well,
Yeah.
it's true.
That was nice. That was nice. So, if someone wanted to follow your career, I know you have to be on Twitter. I know you're on Instagram, Facebook. So, how could someone follow Reginald Lopez Garner?
Well, first and foremost, I guess it would be on Facebook. Reginald Lopez Garner, without the D, Garner. Yeah, I got a Twitter account. I don't really follow it that much. Got an Instagram account, Reggie Lopez, REJILOPEZ. And, of course, I have my IMDb page, International Movie Database. You can keep up with me there. If you go there, please hit like. And and who knows, maybe again on the Ramonda show, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to keep up with you, and you'll be back. You have to come back after you, what movie? Hope's Identity.
Hope's
and
Identity.
What else do you have coming out?
The Dirty. And Ghetto Magnolia is supposed to be made into a movie. I don't know what's going on with it yet.
And I want to see the video of you.
The music
and,
video.
Yeah,
Cadillac.
You know, I want to see that too. So please keep us posted on it.
All right.
And any special acknowledgments to anyone else you want to recognize?
Really, you know, I don't ever hear my name being mentioned, but my shout out to Miss Jonez Kane. I mean, seriously, believe it or not, she's been kind of like a mentor. She pulls me up on a lot of things and puts me down on a lot of things, and she's a very special young lady. Mr. Michael Sean Cunningham, thank you. Thank you for seeing Jay and me, man, because I sure didn't see it. When I first saw the film, my mouth hit the floor. I'm my worst critic. Yeah. So anything I've ever done, I've always picked it apart. I saw the shop, and I was like, and all my cast members that know me, right, they were like, now what you got to say, Reg? Mike Racing. Mr. Mike Racing, much love, man. Yeah. You
were great in it, though. You did an awesome job. Everybody, the cast, the crew, Michael, everyone, it was a wonderful movie. I told Michael we spoke and in depth, and I just gave him just kudos throughout the conversation, and I just want him to stay strong and keep his focus, because he's going to be great, too. And he's bringing you guys along with him. Yep. He really cares about you guys. He does.
For sure.
Yeah. So, again, Reginald, thank you.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I am Ramonda Cottrell with The Ramonda Show.